DPS TeleClass.
Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to DPS TeleClass. I am Fathina Miss and I am here to take our next lesson for this week. I hope you all are doing well. Alhamdulillah, I am also doing well. Okay, before starting lesson, let's recite the dua.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما.
Welcome back students. To begin today's lesson, first I am going to recall the previous lesson. Students, do you remember the previous teleclass max lesson? What did you learn? Yes, different multiplication facts. Very good. And today's topic is multiplication laws. Here is our learning intention and success criteria for this lesson. Today we are going to learn about commutative, associative and distributive laws as they apply to multiplication. What you are going to learn today? Yes, today we are going to learn about the commutative, associative and distributive laws as they apply to multiplication. And success criteria, you will be successful if you identify how to apply commutative, associative and distributive laws of multiplication. Commutative law of multiplication. Commutative law of multiplication states that when you change the order of factors in a problem, the product stays the same. It's just a like addition. Commutative law among the property of multiplication is just like the commutative law of addition. So, let's write out this problem. How can you this array will describe? Let's look this. This array has 2 rows. 1, 2 rows. Yes. And it has 4 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we can write a problem for this array. We can write that it 2 rows of, remember, that's our symbol. For how many does that equal? That 8 2 rows of 4, but you can also write it. Another way, you can look at this array and 4 in each row and 2 rows. So we can say it's also 4 times 2. Does that change how many circles I have in my array? I still have 8. So 2 times 4 is equal 8. And 4 times 2 is equal to 8. Yes, that's an example of commutative law. Let's look at some more examples. Students, now look, 5 times 3 is the same as 3 times 5. But you just turn it around so that rows and columns just rearrange, but they don't change. So here we have 3 rows. 1, 2, 3 rows, and over here we have 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. I count 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. All right. Let's go here 5, 10, 15. Just think about it, which way is easy for you to count by 3 or by 5s. And 3 times 5 is equal 15. And 5 times 3 is equal 15. Let's look at facts that show the commutative law. When we look at them, we know the facts that show the commutative law have the same factors, but that's the different order. So let's look at these two problems. 3 times 4 and 4 times 3, they equal 12. They both have same product. And 3 times 4 is equal 12. And 4 times 3 is equal 12. The answer is same. Associative law of multiplication. Associative law of multiplication is where you are multiplying several digits. You can regroup or reorder the numbers and the product. The product will stay the same. Here we have an example of this concept. 3 times 4 times 2, we are multiplying 3 digits. But where should we start? We could start with 3 times 4. We could start with 4 times 2. The associative property tells us it. I want to start multiplying 4 and 2. This gives us 8. Now we have 8 times 3. What is 8 times 3? The product is 24. Yes, good job. Now I want to try the other way. Let's clear the board. We will start with 3, 4, which give us 12. Now all we have left do is multiply 12 by 2. 12 times 2 is 24. We got some answer regardless of which number we started multiplying together. This is our sum. Now let's look at another example and see what can we do. Our little rule this time. Our friend is helping us group the numbers. We can see that we have same problem on both sides of the board, but with the grouping different students of number. We learned that both of these problems should come out to be the same answer or product. What do we do with you? Remember first, so let's multiply 2 by 2. We get 4, and now all we have left to do is multiplying 4 by the last number, which is 5. What is 4 times 5? 4 times 5 is 20. You are correct. Now we can do the problem on the right side on the board. And if they are associative law of multiplication, should get the same answer to start. So we multiply the number in the 2 times 5. The answer is 10. Now all that is left is 10 multiply 2. What is 10 times 2? 10 times 2 is equal 20. Good job. Students, we can see the both problems give us the same product. And now I am going to introduce the distributive law of multiplication. And distributive law of multiplication help us find a product that we don't know by breaking large factors in the smaller factors. Here we have problem 7 times 7. Still with multiplication, so I am going to use distribute property to make this easier to solve. We are going to take this 7 here and break it apart in a smaller numbers. This distribute number though only allows us to break apart one of the factors in a equation. 5 plus 2 equals 7, and we can now multiply each of this number by the first 7 in the problem. I know the 5 times 7 is 35 because I know my 5 times table. I also know my 2 times table, and 2 times 7 is 14. What we did was take the first 7 in the problem and multiply it by both the 5 and the 2. I did know my 7 timetable very well. Now we still to finish the problem in order get the answer. We need to add the 35 and 14 together. 5 plus 4 is equal 9 and 3 plus 1 is equal 4. Yes, 49. This is the product. So 7 times 7 is equal 49. The second example we have 8 times 6. Let's break apart the first factor, the number 8. There are several ways to break apart 8, but I want to use 5 plus 3 because I know my 5 timetables. We no need to multiply 6. By both the 5 and 3, I know 5 times 6 is equal 30. What does there? 3 times 6 is equal 18. Yes, good job. And we know need to add 30 plus 18. 0 plus 8 is 8. 3 plus 1 is 4. Answer is 48. And 8 times 6 is equal 48. Activity time. Identify, distribute, associative and commutative law. So students, that's all for today's lesson. I hope you all achieved today's success criteria. Be safe. Take care. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
DPS TeleClass